You don't see him till you're on your way home, and you're waving bye-bye to everyone at the door. You're walking down the path, you're going, great party, you look over to the bushes, and there's his Nike trainers sticking out from under the bush. Because he's gone into the third level. And the third level, he's pain, he's felt sick, he's gone outside spirits, he's been sick on the floor and he's collapsed. Now, can we actually recognise anyone going through these stages and drinking? Yeah. We can, can't we? Yeah? So, when someone actually says to you, as we looked at previously, your body builds up a resistance. When someone actually says to you, well, what we'll do, we'll just drink enough so it stimulates us and we'll have a good time because we're really sensible and really, really clever. Your body is a clever, clever thing. And your body's trying to survive. You put alcohol into your body over a period of time, it builds up a resistance. They have to just put more alcohol or more stronger alcohol in to get the same effect. So then they put more in. And basically, when they start putting the drug into the body, the body starts craving the drug. So did you get the idea behind that, yeah? Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to do a little competition, yeah? I'm going to ask you a question and I want you all to shout back the answer as quick as you can, as fast as you can, yeah? Okay, what day is it?
Saturday.
Oh, it's a bit slow, Okay, let's try. I'll try a different question, yeah? What country are we in?
England.
Yeah, faster, okay. Who's married to David Beckham?
Victoria.
Oh, some really slow, come on, so, okay. Now then, basically what you're doing there, when I'm asking you a question, here's a line. Here's now, here's the past, this is time. Okay, and here's you. Okay, now when I'm asking you a question, what you're doing very, very quickly, I mean like milliseconds, you know, you're looking back in the past where you've got the answer to that question and you're bringing it back to me. Okay, so I ask you a question, what day it is? You think, oh, what day? Yes, it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, now basically, your memory is like this. It's made up of lots of pictures. Your mind is making pictures, like lots and lots of pictures all the time. If I ask you to all close your eyes. Now get a picture of what you had for your breakfast this morning. Okay, open your eyes. What did you have for your breakfast?
I had eggs and bacon.
Did you get a picture of it? No, okay. Did anyone get a picture of what they had for breakfast? Yes, fantastic. What did you have?
Cereal.
Fantastic. So what you did there, you went back in time, you got that picture, you brought back the answer, and you're cereal. Yeah, and that's fast. It's a fast answer. Now, in today's society, you've got to be quick. You've got to be on the ball. You want to do well. You want to achieve things and everything else, yeah? So you've got to be fast. Now, what drugs do is they make these pictures fuzzy or they mess up the order of them, yeah? So this one should be there and it messes up the whole thing here. If you've ever spoken to somebody, they've been out the night before, they've been out with the friends, they've been drinking, and you ask them a question in the morning. Where did you go last night? And they go, I went to the Red Lion. Yes. It's very slow. And you might think, well, what's the problem with that? Well, the problem with that is, as I say, in today's society, you've got to be on the ball. You've got to be fast. You want to achieve. You want to do things well. If you've got all this messed up, then you're not going to be able to remember things. You're not going to be able to achieve and do the things that you want. Your mind is a very, very sharp thing. And all that drugs actually do on a long-term basis is they numb these different senses so you can't actually achieve and operate as fast and as efficiently as you can do normally. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to talk about myself a little bit because I love talking about myself because I'm dead interested. But when I was 13 years old, I was a dead good lad. Now this story is perfectly true. I'm not making it up. But what I'm doing is I'm going to actually get a point across to you with it. Okay. When I was 13 years old, I was a dead good lad at school. I was on the football team, I was on the cricket team, did all my homework and everything. Then one Friday night, I was in my house and I had a really, really big problem. Massive problem. It was huge. I was bored. I had nothing to do. And then there was a knock at the door. I went to open the door, it was my mates. And he said to me, what are you doing, Pete? So I don't know, I'm dead bored, what are you like doing? He says, what we're going to do is, we're going to go down to the off licence, someone's going to buy some beer, we're going to take it to the park, we're going to drink it, and we're going to have a fight with them lads over there. And I went, oh, that's exciting. And that's what we did, yeah. We went down the soft license, someone bought some beer, went to the park, we drank it, we had a fight with these people. Can I be dead honest with you? It was a buzz, it was wicked. I had a really, really good time.
Wow.
Now, the next Friday, when I've got that problem of being bored, how do you think I solve that problem?
Went to the license.
Thank you very much. Go and get in some more trouble. Now, stay with me on this. There I am, 13, yeah? Let's fast forward, boom, till I'm 21 years old. When I'm 21 years old, yeah, I come in from work on a Friday, but you know what? I'm bored. How do you think I solve that problem? Go out drinking, get in some trouble. But like I said to you before, your body is a clever thing. So when I was 13, anytime I had a problem, I thought I could solve that problem by drinking some beer. And all that happened was, when I drank the beer, I got more problems. So then I drink more beer, and because my body's building up a resistance, I have to drink more beer, get more problems, drink more beer, get more problems. Then I've got all these problems and drinking all this beer, and someone says to me, "Yeah, Pete, why don't you try some of these drugs? These will help you out." So I start taking drugs as well, get more problems, drugs. So by the time I got to being 21 years old, I was drinking all sorts, I was taking all sorts of drugs, getting in all sorts of trouble. Stay with me on this, there we are, 21. Let's fast forward, boom, 22. When I was 22 years old, do you remember that body part we were talking about before, the liver? Well, my liver stopped working. And that's quite dangerous because you can die. I didn't know this. I went to the hospital because I didn't feel well. And I went and seen this doctor, and he did these tests, and he sat me down and he said, "Right, Pete, you've got this part of your body called your liver." And I was thinking, why is he telling me this? Why don't you just give me some medicine to make me feel? He says, "And what's happened is you've put all this poison into your body." I said, "I've not put any poison in my body. I've just been drinking beer and taking some drugs." Because I didn't know any of this stuff, you know now, yeah? He says, "And what's happened is you put that much poison in your body, your liver's stopped working." And I said, "Oh, great, now you know what it is, you can do something about it, can't you? You can give me some medicine or an injection and make me feel better." He says, "No, Pete, it doesn't work like that. What we're going to do is we're going to send you home." He says, "And one of two things is going to happen. If your body's going to recover and you'll get better, or it's not going to recover and you're going to die." And I went, "I'm not having that. I've seen it in the newspapers. They're clever nowadays. They do transplants and things. Don't be telling." He says, "Okay, do me a favour." He says, "Go out into the waiting room, and in the waiting room, there's a big long row of chairs. Just go and have a look. If there's a big long row of people sat in them chairs, waiting to give you their liver. There isn't. And that's the cold hard facts of it. They can do amazing things nowadays, but there's not a whole bunch of people sat around with a healthy liver waiting to give it you if you mess yours up." So that's what they did. They sent me home. 2 months later, I'd lost 2 stone in weight. All my skin had gone yellow, I'd got jaundice, and I almost died. Now, luckily, I had a good mate, and my mate come round to see me, and I was laying in this bed, and he's like, "Look at this, Davia. What are you going to do?" I said, "I don't know. No one told me about my liver and poison." He says, "You know what you need to do? Get this, yeah? What you need to do, you need to set yourself a goal, put some effort in, and achieve the goal." I says, "What are you talking about, goal and effort?" He says, "That's not good advice. What am I supposed to do with that?" He says, "Okay then, do me that." He says, "At the top of our street, they've just opened this little kickboxing gym." He says, "I want you to go down there and I want you to set your goal of trying to get fit." He says, "I guarantee if you go down there, you put some effort in and you do some training, you achieve that goal, you'll feel a lot better." So that's what I did. Walked into this gym, it was all yellow and smelly and everything. This trainer stood there and he went, "Hey, what do you want?" I said, I explained it all to him. I says, "Fingers, I've set myself a goal. My goal is, if I come to your gym, do some training and get fit." And he went, "Yeah, all right, I'll let you do it." And over the next 6 weeks, I learned how to skip, punch this punch bag, kick this punch bag. I got some new mates as well. Mates that didn't use drugs all the time, but they still had a buzz. They used to go mountain biking, they used to go to the pictures. They had a good time, but they didn't use drugs. 6 weeks later, I put a little bit of weight on and I achieved my goal. And I got fit and I got what's called a natural high. I felt really, really good. Anyway, carried on training. Carried on training. And then there was a notice board in the gym, and there was photographs of people from that gym. If they had a competition with someone from another gym and they won, they took the photograph in the boxing ring and they put it on the notice board. So I says to this trainer, I says, "I want my picture on that notice board." He says, "Pete, that's quite a big goal, that. You'll have to put a lot of effort in to achieve that goal." So over the next 6 months, did lots and lots of training, my family started talking to me again. Because I wasn't getting in trouble anymore. I wasn't going out drinking or using drugs anymore. I was training all the time. 6 months later, I had a competition, I won, and they took my photograph in this box and like that. And again, I got a natural eye again. I was showing people the photograph. Look, that's me, I won, yay! Look at that, yeah. Now, my last goal took me 10 years to do. 10 years later, I was on my way down to Birmingham to have a competition to be British Thai boxing champion. I actually won that competition. At the end of the competition, I'm stood in this box ring, yeah, and all my family, my workmates, all my friends were all there cheering and shouting. They had a man with the microphone. The man with the microphone went like this. He went, "And the new British champion." I put my arms up in the air like that, and they put this big belt around my waist saying British champion. And I've got to tell you, it was one of the biggest highs in my life. Not through taking drugs or using alcohol, but by actually setting myself a goal, putting some effort in, and achieving that goal. Now, it doesn't matter what your goal is, as long as it's something you want to achieve and you've got to put some effort in to do it. For instance, if you went home, yeah, and you said to your mum, "Right, mum, I've set myself a goal, and my goal is I'm not going to be cheeky, and I'm going to help in the house." And your mum goes like that, and she goes, "Whatever," like that, yeah. Then your mum's cooking the tea in the kitchen, you think, "What can I do, what can I do?" You know, and you think, "I know, I'll tidy up, I'll put some effort in." You tidy everywhere, and you make it all nice and hoover up, and your mum comes out of the kitchen, she comes like this, she goes, "Who's done all this?" She goes, "It's me, mum, it's me, mum." Imagine how good your mum would feel. Imagine how good she'd feel by the end of the week. She'd be down the shops telling everyone, "Oh, my kids are fantastic." Can you imagine? Eh? Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, we need a volunteer. Who wants to be a volunteer? Anybody want volunteers? It's nothing, you don't get beat up or nothing. It's very simple. Do you want to be a volunteer? Murph? No? Young man, do you want to be a volunteer? Come on then. Just come up here. Give him a clap. Right, mate, what's your name? Pleased to meet you. This is my mate. It's my mate. Now, just the men in the room, if you could have any car in the world, doesn't matter how much it costs, what would be the best car you could have? Any make. Just name me a make of a nice car. Ferrari. Okay, and all the ladies, if that Ferrari could be any colour, what's the best colour it could be? Black. Okay, it just so happens I've got a magic key here for a black Ferrari, and I want to give it to my friend here. Take that magic key off me there. And that is your car. Now, you might think that you're a bit young to drive, but what I've done is I've been down to the local police station and I said, "Look, I've got this black Ferrari outside for my mate, and I want to give it him, but I think he's a bit young." And they said to me, "Pete, they've been on the computer, that car is totally legal for you to drive." Okay. Also, what I did was I had a big music system put in it, and in the back it's got like these big speakers, and when you press the button it goes like like that. Okay. So I give him the key for the car. You go down to the car park, pretend to put the key in the ignition here, turn it on. Turn it on. That's it. Put your hand on the steering wheel. Lean back a little bit. That's what you do when you're cooling the car. Arm out the window like this. Keep your eyes on the road. And he'll be driving around town tonight like this, yeah? In his black Ferrari. And all the music. That's it. Keep your eyes on the road. You'll crash. And all the music in the back's going like this. They were like, "Wow! Look at him in that black Ferrari." Okay, pack it up. Turn it off. Okay, now, I'll come back and see him in 5 years' time. Say, "How did you get on with that car?" He says, "Pete, it was mint. I can't thank you enough. The car's amazing." The thing is, there's a newer model just come out. And I know you give me the car, Pete. Is it okay if I trade it in for the newer model? And I say, "No, you've got to keep that car for another 5 years. So he says, "Yeah, all right." Put the key in the ignition. Turn it on. Hand on the steering wheel. I'm out the window. Lean back. Oh, good stuff. Now, keep driving. Keep driving. Now, I'll come back and see him in another 5 years' time. He's not looked after this car. It's a big dent down the side here. There's all smoke coming out the exhaust. The car's only doing 5 miles an hour, but he's still having to drive around town in it. Keep driving. And the music in the back's going like this. And everyone's going, "Ah, look at the state of him in that car." That car is exactly the same as your body. You're all sat here in brand new black Ferraris, yeah? And if you don't look after your body in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, you've still got to drive around in the same body. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, give him a big clap. Thank you very much, mate. Well done. Okay, there's just one more thing I want to show you very quickly. And someone did me this logo. I do lots of these talks. Someone did me this logo. And it's very, very true to what I've been saying about the talk. Basically, what he said to me was, "This information I've give you, yeah, at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning, I ain't going to tell you to take drugs or not take drugs. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you do with your black Ferrari, with your body. When you leave here, it's up to you what you do with it. The point is, if you've got some basic information, what a drug is, how your body deals with poisons, how you can get a buzz out of life without actually having to put a drug into it, then hopefully you can make the right decision and not take drugs. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Fantastic. There's only one more thing I want you to do for me before we finish. Now put your hands together and give me a big clap. Okay, so has anyone got any questions? Yeah.
I want to know what's the difference between Narconon and other drug rehab centers.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. A lot of rehab centres have the idea that the thing to do when someone's on a certain type of drug is to actually give them other types of drugs to try and solve that. And what ends up actually happening is they're basically addicted to another type of drug. There's another really big difference as well between Narconon and other centres, and that's based on the research by the fellow I mentioned at the beginning, a guy called L. Ron Hubbard, yeah? And he found this research that basically any drug that you put inside your body eventually will go through your bloodstream. So here's all the little toxins going through your bloodstream. Now basically, say someone didn't take drugs for 6 months and they had a blood test to see if there was any drugs in the body, there'd be no residue of the drugs left because it'd have come out in your bloodstream. What a lot of people don't know is surrounding the bloodstream, you've got fatty tissue. Okay, now what a lot of poisons, what a lot of drugs are, is what's called fat soluble. In other words, if you had a tub of fat and you drop the drugs into it, it'd eventually dissolve into the fat. And what he discovered was that what actually